everyone, and welcome to Merge Elves. In this particular video, I wanted to first intro the berry party event that's coming up this weekend. We have seen this one before. I do have a page for this on my website, so that link will be down in the description. It's got all the cloud keys and quests and information that you will need to play through this event. There are also videos of a previous playthrough that I did on this event. So yeah, you'll have those there. I will probably do a recording of my first 60 minutes on the event, depending on how things go, just to check it out, make sure there's nothing new on this one, because we never know when they might throw us a curveball and change a cloud key or a quest or something like that. From one event to another. But yeah, so with that being said, let's take a look around. I'm actually going to be building 2 wonders in this video. I have talked a few times about wanting to build the berry wonder. My very first wonder that I ever made was the berry tree wonder, which are these guys right here. Oh, and actually they are ready to harvest. So let me do that. Is this one ready? Yes. Oh, awesome. Got a mystery egg. Beautiful. This I'm just going to go ahead and sell for the gems. But yeah, so this is the giant berry tree, the berry tree wonder. I have built it a couple more times since then. It's actually the easiest wonder to build because there's only 5 levels. It only takes 5 levels to build it, so it's pretty quick, pretty easy. Since I was working on that berry tree wonder, these are the berry trees right over here. I was also getting all of these berries from having them around. So I was like, you know what? I think my second wonder that I work on should be the berry wonder, since I have so many of those lying around. And in honor of the berry party event, I decided that this would be an excellent weekend or an excellent week to try to get that berry wonder. So I did a bunch of farming and harvesting and work earlier, and I have gotten to a place where I have everything I need to make the berry wonder, and I also have enough berry trees to make another set of berry tree wonders, which, since I already have the wonders, I'll probably bubble up. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I do keep running out of space in camp as I'm working on different projects, so I feel like I still need the space, and that putting out all of my wonders isn't a good idea just at the moment. So let's get on to making these wonders and get these berry trees out of the way so they can stop making berries, because we don't need the berries anymore. Here we go. Let's do the berry tree wonder first. Should we do that? You know what? Let's do the... I know for a fact I have enough berries. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and build the berry tree wonder first so we can stop getting so many berries floating around. That's going to be a 5 merge on the level 3. And I'm just going to do a 3 merge here because I only need 1 more. And I've got 5 level 5s. Here we go for the wonder. Bam. Very nice. I want to say this is my 3rd time creating this wonder. It might be the 4th time. And I have these extra little berry bushes that I'm going to bubble because if I leave them on the board's going to get full of berries again. And since I'm not planning on working on my berries right now, after this, letting them go is not a bad thing. All right, so let's tap these out, see how many awesome rewards we get. All right, there's that one all done. Let's do this one. Oh, nice. We got 2 nests. Amazing. All right, so we can tuck those off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and just sell these locked chests, which, let's see, that's 200 gems so far, 300 gems. 320 gems. So on this we got 2 nests, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 eggs, and 320 gems. That is a really good deal, all things considered. So let's grab that mystery egg that we got earlier. All right, and now let's see what's in these nests. Very nice. Awesome. Let's see, I think I have another 5 merge with the topaz mystery eggs right there. I don't have any other earth. I don't have any other sun. I don't have any other water. I do have some gems though, so I think I'm going to grab 2. Let's see, I think I'm going to grab 2 of the sun, or light, sorry, not sun, light elf eggs. This is in a bad place. Move that right down there. There we go. Make the 5 merge for that one. And I think the rest of them can hang out for a few minutes. You know what? Let's do the wind elf right now. So I am steadily moving towards my goal on the wind elves. My goal is to get level 10 on the wind elves. So I've been spending all of my extra gems on wind elves, and so far it is going pretty well. We will take a look at that just as soon as I get over here and take care of this berry wonder. Alright, we can merge some of this up. I don't need these extra berries, so I'm just merging them to try to get rid of them essentially. We'll bubble up whichever ones are left at the end of this process. Stop. Alright, so these are the level 9 holy berries. These are the level 8 miracle berries, level 7 holiday berries, and level 6 mixed flavor berries. So because I didn't want to have anything left over, I went for exact numbers to get 2 wonders. So a 3 merge there, a 3 merge right here, sell that dimensional jar, a 3 merge right here, and this is where we discover the wonder. Super excited. I can't wait to see what this looks like. Oh, that is so pretty. Wonder created. The Queen's Delicious Berries. That is so exciting. Okay, let's get these dimensional jars out of the way and then tap on these and see what they are going to give us. Oh, wood elf egg. Oh, that is so many eggs. And treasure chests. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, there's so many eggs. I don't have enough room for all of them. Okay. Wow, that is awesome. That is so cool. Oh, let me collect my daily leaves. If you ever consider buying leaves at all, think about getting the daily leaves. Every day for 30 days, you get 40 leaves per day. It's a really good value for how many leaves you end up getting. And as long as you don't miss too many days, hopefully you don't miss any days, but as long as you don't miss too many, it's very worth it. So, just saying that. And in my book, we get to add the wonder, the Queen's delicious berries. Wow. Okay, let's do some 5 merges with these wood elf eggs. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna have to find a good place to tuck these wonders. Wonder. Oh, and this is a harvestable wonder. The other ones are not harvestable. For mushrooms. Nice. And that's the second mushroom chain that those are from, not the ones that you use to get the berry trees. Okay, so back to what I was doing. Merging all of these many, many beautiful, beautiful wood elf eggs. Got a bunch of golden apples. And all the treasure chests. Oh my goodness. That's very nice. Let's see, 5 right there. Bring these over here for a 5 merge. Alright, and we've got, it looks like we have 1 left over. And I do not have any other wood elf eggs. Okay. Wow, that's awesome. As far as these treasure chests, I am going to open these after I do some bubbling because I want to clear out this area a little bit. Get my berries, my extra berries, and my extra berry trees put in bubbles, and then they won't distract my elves from working on things that I want them to work on. Let's see, so for bubbling, I'm going to open these. I've been saving up the large 2x2 golden fruit just because they take up more space and they make it faster to fill up the map. Go ahead and tap on these. See here. We'll call that good. Oh, nice. Got another gem. I do have a third little apple. Oh, but it gave an apple of fruit. But it gave me a gem instead of fruit. It's gonna fill in this space. I find it really helps with bubbling if all of your free spaces are, close to where you are bubbling. That way you can definitely see when they're filled in and when they are not. Alright, you guys need to stop harvesting berries. I need to bubble up those berry trees so they can't harvest from them. Okay. So I did that, and I was going to do a 5 merge with these to see if I can get a couple more. Got one more large golden fruit. Awesome. So now to fill in the entire rest of the map. Normally when I am filling in the map, I like to use the fruit trees because then when I'm done, I can harvest that fruit and get the gems. And we always like having more gems, because more gems means more elves. So speaking of gems, I know this past event that we just had, the Morning Sanctuary event, is a really good one for gem harvesting. I think I ended up with 4 or 5 golden crowns last week, which of course I came back to camp and immediately spent on wind elf eggs. I don't remember off the top of my head if the berry party is a good gem harvesting event or not. I think it is, because one of the cloud keys is actually the I think it's the lychee fruit tree. It's not the pomegranate, it's the next level up, which I believe is the lychee. I think that's the level 5. So having just that one tree on the board and knowing that I'm going to need to have that one tree makes me think it's going to be pretty easy to get a hold of a couple of other higher level trees also. So I expect to do a bunch of gem harvesting this weekend. Whenever I consider whether or not I want to do gem harvesting, I always look at what other events are going on this weekend. I have met very few people who play merge games who only play one merge game. And there are 3 that I'm currently playing. Merge Magic and Merge Dragons. Merge... One of them did not have an event announced the last time I checked. I think it was Merge Magic that didn't have an event announced. So there's definitely going to be a Merge Dragons this weekend. Yeah, definitely going to be Merge Dragons. So I will have to, keep an eye on my gameplay and make sure. Sorry, there we go. And make sure I have plenty of time to finish that event, and then I can come over here and do some gem harvesting. If you have not seen my video from last week's event, I actually finally had the opportunity to do the prism flower method in a Merge Elves event, which was very exciting. I was super happy to have done that. I've been wanting to for so long, and it finally worked out that there was an event that had the elf flowers that I needed in the event shop. So if you haven't checked that out and you've never seen or tried the prism flower technique in Merge Dragons, or it would be called the elf flower technique here in Merge Elves, definitely check that out. I don't know if the berry party event has the flowers that we would need to do that, but I was pleasantly surprised. It did not take very long to set up, and it really paid off quite a bit. So for those of you who might be unfamiliar with it, the prism flower or elf flower method is a way of getting extra creatures during your event to help you with your harvesting. And you do it right at the beginning of the event, so you have them for the whole entire event. There we go. And I questioned for a while whether or not it was worth it to do that with Merge Elves, just because you don't need a nest as a cloud key. At least I've never seen a nest as a cloud key. So having the nests of mystery eggs early on is kind of like, yeah, I don't know if we actually need that. But I really wanted to show that strategy, so I did. And I ended up having, oh my goodness, there were 9 elves, I think, that I got. So I was able to delete a couple of the slower ones. So all I had left were the fast elves for harvesting. And that made it so everything went even faster than it was already going to go with that many elves. The cleanup was amazing. I was able to get higher level trees because I didn't feel pressured to, make larger merges to try to, get the withered plants out of the way. It was very much, I felt like I was able to get more out of the event, having the extra elves. And because it went so much faster with the extra elves, I didn't get bored with the event. Like, I never get to the point where I'm like, man, I wish I didn't have to play this event, because if I felt that way, I wouldn't. It's a game, it's supposed to be fun. But especially on weekends with, 1 or 2 other events, sometimes I do have moments where it's like, oh my goodness, I need to hurry up and finish this event. And I didn't feel that way with this one, having the extra elves. It was really helpful. Alright, we're going to sell that locked chest, keep harvesting this fruit. Then I'm going to open up those gem chests. We will merge these gems, see what we end up with. I'm pretty close to having some crowns here in camp. I don't think it's going to happen with this, but that also depends on what's in those chests that we have to open. So, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see, that's 5, that's 5. Right here should be a 15 merge. Alright. Go ahead and get those. Get that guy, get this guy. And then there's just trees behind them. I also need to figure out where to put these berry wonders. I really like them. They are super pretty. But they also take up 4 spaces. I expect most of the wonders are going to be at least 2 by 2 and take up a lot of space on the board. So that is perfectly fine. Let's see. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 merge. Pull these over for a 10 merge. Pull this one over. That's going to be a 10 merge right there. 5 merge. And a 5 merge. Awesome. And then I can put these mushrooms together where they belong. Very, very nice. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is go ahead and open up these treasure chests, see what there is to see. Oh my goodness, so many gems. All the wonderful gems. I am excited to see how many gems we get out of this. Let's see, that's going to be 8, 9, 10 merge right there. 5 merge. 5 merge. 5 and a 5. And a 5. Alright, keep going with these guys. Oh no, that was clumsy. That's a 5 merge. This is a 5 merge. There's a 5. Here's another nice little 5 merge. 5 merge there. Wow, I don't know. I said I wasn't sure about getting crowns in this video, but we might. Let's see now. That's 3. That's going to be 10 merge. 5 merge right there. 5 merge on that one. Oh no, I don't want to mix these together yet. I want to see what I got out of the wonder. So I'm going to leave that alone. Alright, pull these over here. Very nice. And there are still more. So that's 5 merge. Here's a 5 merge. 5 merge, 5 merge. Yeah, sometimes if I'm just trying to clear out space, I will do a 3 merge. There we go. My gems though, I never make a 3 merge with gems on purpose. I have done it by accident several times. But the gems are too valuable to waste like that, in my opinion. Alright, let's drag these over. Oh, is it gonna let me pick that up? Yes. Okay. Alright, I don't want any mistakes to happen, so let's do some merging before we go much further. That right there. Alright, that looks good. 5, 5, 5. Wow, this is a lot of gems. Now, to be fair, that berry wonder took a long time to make. So I'm glad we got a ton of eggs and a ton of gems out of it. But I'll be honest, I did not expect to get this much. I am going to pull over one teeny gem just to clean that up. Alright, so this right here plus 1 gem is what we got out of the wonder, including a bunch of wood elf eggs. So that's incredibly exciting. I'm very happy with that. This wonder right here, love it. and it's a harvestable wonder. So my elves keep getting mushrooms for me, which is also exciting because that means I'm going to be able to work on the mushroom wonder. So one piece of information here, let's see, no, I don't have another one of those. So let's move these. Oh my goodness. There we go. One piece of information on this that is good to know, there are actually 2 mushroom chains in Merge Elves. The first one is these brown, like orange and brown mushrooms, and this is what will help you work on your bush wonder, or your berry tree wonder, sorry. And then you have this set right here. These are the ones that come from the puddles, and now we know can be harvested from the berry wonder. And this goes up to a level 10 and then a wonder, so essentially 11 levels. So this is one that honestly I'm in a good position to work on that chain, because I do now have 2 of those berry wonders, which I'm going to be able to harvest in order to get those. And also I have the Cloud Peak. Right now I've got it sort of hidden in the back here so the clouds don't get in the way. But with the Cloud Peak, when you tap on it, you get these clouds, and then you bring them over to an open spot and you let it rain. Tap on the cloud to let it rain. You can also have your elves harvest clouds out of it, and you're going to get the life flower sprouts, but you're also going to get these puddles. You can merge these puddles to get different water items, like larger puddles and ponds and lakes and things like that. Or if you leave them alone, these puddles actually turn into the mushrooms from this second mushroom chain. So between having the 2 berry wonders to harvest and having access to these puddles, I feel like it would be very easy to start working on that mushroom chain. That being said, I do have another goal in mind. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. It's just little life flowers. Before I work on any other chains, I really want to get the wonder for the stone chain. And just let me clean up these puddles. By clean up, I mean squish them all over to the side. And move these guys down here. Okay, that works. I'm still not positive where I'm going to end up putting these berries, but for right now, they can hang out over here. Is good place for them. So, when I'm talking about the stone or rock merge chains, there are these stones, which are the actual stone resource that you collect and use to build stuff. And then there are these stones, which are these stones that you harvest in order to get the resource. So at this point, I have 2 level 9s. I'm very close to having 4 level 9s. And once I have 4 level 9s, I'll get the level 10. And we will work our way up to having that wonder. And that's sort of my next goal. It's what I've been working on it a little bit as I've been working on the berry wonder. But now that the berry wonder is finished, I'm going to actually be focusing on getting this wonder. Right now I'm just condensing down my resource stones. That way they are not in the way. Scrunch those down there. Alright, so that looks good. And just gonna toss these treasure chests over here. I'll open them in a moment. So as far as working on this chain, the best way to work on this one is to get these grasses. And this sort of ties back to the Cloud Peak, where you have all of the rain. So if you merge those little puddles and don't let them turn into mushrooms, you end up with different water features. Like I have one big pond and then two small ponds here. And these ponds give off grasses. And when you merge that grass, that's when you get the items from this grass chain. This level 1 is the level that the pond gives off. And starting from the level 2, when you harvest these items, they're going to give you stones. The slightly higher level ones will give you small stones, like individual small stones, and the lower level ones will give you these clumps of stone that you can then have your elves harvest for that small stone. So as soon as you have access to make a water feature, you can start really working on your stones pretty easily. It is elf power intensive since everything requires... There we go. Since everything requires harvesting in this process. So if you don't have a ton of elf power yet, if you're earlier in the game, this is something that you'll work on a little bit at a time each day, slowly build it up. But as you get more and more elf power, this is a very powerful chain to work on. The wonder for this chain gives you a lot of great resources, not just stone, but it also gives you access to other items that you can't get into your camp any other way. Oops, I was trying to grab that, didn't do it in time, that's fine. There we go. And aside from that, the highest level of this is going to give you the much higher level stone resource, which is going to let you get all of your buildings leveled up. Right now I have my gem warehouses at the highest level. I have 2 of them. I'm probably going to be working on another set soon. I didn't plan on working on another set so soon, but one of my quests, let's see, here we go. Action Quest 36 is to tap a twin tower gem vault. So in order to pass this quest, I need to build the twin tower gem vault. So that is something that I'm going to be working on before too long. But my stone storage is still pretty low, especially compared to my gem storage. So I will probably be working on that before I work on more gem storage. Let's see, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Should be a 20 merge right there. But yeah, so I'm excited to work on that. I worked on my elf homes, elf houses, not too long ago. And one of the things with building elf homes is it is better to have more homes of a slightly lower level than to have only one or two very high level. Oh, that was over there. That's why they keep going that direction. And the reason for that is each elf home takes a certain amount of time to rest an elf. And each home can only let one elf rest at a time. So if you have one elf home that rests an elf every, let's say every 10 minutes, that means every 10 minutes you get one elf. The next level down might take 12 minutes to rest an elf, but that means every 12 minutes you're getting 2 elves rested. So you actually end up recovering your stamina faster with more lower level homes. So what I have for elf homes on the board right now, I sort of have them tucked back here. I made a bunch of the level, let's see, that one's a quarry. Here we go. I made a bunch of the level 4 and a bunch of the level 5. So I think I have 4 of the level 5, 2 of the level 4, and maybe 3 of the level 3. And I'm just leaving those for a while. Ultimately, I do want to get the highest level elf house, but I think the highest level elf house is still going to take between 5 and 7 minutes to rest an elf, if the time is similar to merge dragons. I believe the highest level dragon home takes 5 minutes. So it's still going to be better to have, keep those 5, level 7 houses, which are going to rest 5 elves in 6 minutes, versus merging those 5 and getting 2 elves every 5 minutes. I know it's a lot of math, a lot of numbers, but it does make sense when you stop and think about it. If your goal is to constantly have fresh elves ready to work in your camp, if you get to a point where the elves are just making a mess, you aren't working on anything that requires a lot of harvesting and elf power, maybe you want to go ahead and make sure you don't have as many elves flying around your map causing problems. And if that's the case, that's when you want to have, bubble up most of your elf homes and just leave out like 1 or 2 of the lower level homes. And then you'll have fewer elves cycling. That's a strategy that I've used a couple of times for a couple different reasons, especially if I already have a lot of those gorgeous mushroom houses, the one that gives the berry trees. If I have a bunch of those already made and I'm just trying to make a berry tree wonder to get some extra eggs and to get some extra gems, then I don't need elves to do that. But as soon as there are berries on the board, the elves are going to start harvesting and putting berries everywhere. So if you're not working on your berries, that's not helpful. Oh, and I'm about to get 2 more of those level 9. Ta-da! So excited. And because those are 2x2s, I'm just going to bubble them up so they're not taking as much space. But yeah, so that's a situation where I would definitely rearrange the houses that were available on my map to make it so, so the elves are being helpful rather than causing problems. And that is a trick that I strongly recommend trying if you've never done that before. You can always bubble things, you can always unbubble things. So, try different configurations. Every time you set a different goal for what you're working on in your camp, try bubbling up anything that doesn't help you with that goal or with those merge chains and just see how that makes you feel. Like sometimes when I'm really focused on something, I will bubble everything except for whatever specific tree I want my, usually in Merge Dragons, whatever I want my dragons to work on. Right now I'm doing massive gem harvesting in my camp with watermelon trees in Merge Dragons. So I have 5 watermelon trees and all of my dragons. And that is it. So yeah, I've been turbo harvesting for gold in that game once again and for always in order to buy some more dragons. But yeah, so definitely recommend that. Play with the bubbling. Bubbling is good. Bubbling is your friend. And actually, since the other thing I'm working on is this, having them harvest from these plants would be very helpful. Let me see. So now so I was using this little corner for my berry and berry tree production. Now that that's over, I'm probably going to rearrange some of the items in my camp. I might move my stone production over there. There's more space. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I definitely want to change what's happening in the middle here because when this gets blocked, it puts a barrier between my 2 work areas. And right now I'm not working on 2 separate things. I'm working on just the stone. So that's going to be a little bit more difficult for merging and moving things around. So I might take some of my trees from the back area here and maybe even my elf houses and bring them over here and fill up this side of the map a little bit. That way all of my workspace is together. So in my next video, my camp might look significantly different than it does right now. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited to open up more land. Let's see, if I look at this, the next piece that's going to open is right down here. I only need, what is that going to be, 82 more dragon power to open that. And I keep saying dragon power. I'm thinking about merged dragons again. I have 3 merges in my book. So I think once I get these level 9 packed up into bubbles, which is why I'm filling up my camp, so I can bubble those guys. I will do those merges and see how far that gets me for dragon power. I think one of those merges might be a wind elf merge, which would be amazing. And even if it's not, I'll show you guys how far I've gotten on my wind elves so far. Let's see. None available. So another trick, if you are doing this kind of work and you get so it's telling you that there are no elves available, sometimes that just means an elf that's on its last stamina is trying to find some place. Oops, that's fine. That can stay there. Is trying to find some place to set stuff down. So if you tap on the elves to make them drop whatever they're holding, they'll go back to an elf home to rest, and a new elf will come out. And then you will have fresh elves to keep working. You're really only out of elf power when all of the elves are in an elf home and you literally have none on the board. As long as there's some floating around on the board, you always have elves to do your bidding. Alright. So at this point, I have bubbled up all of the things I wanted to bubble. And what I have is a big, huge, giant mess. A lovely mess. 5. There's going to be a 10 merge. Oh, that should have been a 10 merge. It looked like I miscounted there. That's okay. So ultimately what I'm going to want to do is harvest all of this down. Yeah, since these guys are tall, I want them at the back. That way they're not blocking my line of sight to anything. I'll tuck her back there. Awesome. Maybe bring these trees down here and let my mushrooms go in front of the berries. Alright. And let's see, what else do I have? I have a couple more statues. Maybe I want to keep my trees coming down here. So one of my big pet peeves is not being able to see things that I'm merging. Like if it's elf houses, I don't mind if they're sort of tucked behind the trees so I can't see exactly how many elf houses I have, because that doesn't really affect what I'm doing with my game. But it does affect what I'm doing with my game if I'm working on merging up mushrooms and I can't see how many of which level mushroom I have. So I try to put tall stuff in the back and put, these trophy items that I don't actually need to use for anything in the little blind spots. And that lets me, see everything I need to, but also use my space efficiently. And because of that, sometimes when I'm like, okay, time to rearrange camp, it takes a little while and a little bit of going back and forth between different configurations because I'm not always positive about what's going to work out the best and what's going to look right. But with all this empty space, alright, we put the mushrooms over there. I'm pretty sure I want to move the prism flowers down. And these are interesting because they actually get pretty tall so far. So I'm going to work them from highest level to lowest level, going away from me. That way the only thing behind those prism flowers are other prism flowers. I keep calling them prism flowers. These are the elf flowers. Sorry. Prism flowers and merged dragons. Alright. So that looks good, and I feel like I can see everything I want to see there. Alright, let's get the elves clearing out some of this fruit. Do a little bit of merging over here. We have all the fun cleanup. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on cleanup that I know is going to take elf power because it involves harvesting, and I'm doing all of it before I merge up my the merges I have in my book, because that will make it so the new elves that come out will have a little bit of stamina. Depending on the level, they'll have one or two things that they'll be able to do before they go back to being tired. Whereas if I merge them now and then do all of my harvesting, I would miss out on that extra stamina that I will have from waiting and merging them after. So let's do this. Let's see, other plans that I have for my camp. I definitely want to keep getting higher and higher level fruit trees. That's always a goal. I want to have as many as possible of the highest possible level of fruit tree, because that's what's going to greatly increase my ability to get gems. And yeah, so that's always a goal. Condensing these things down. All right. We are in good shape. This is starting to actually look like a thing again. Oh, I've got 5 right there. Very nice. Alright. Finish cleaning up this fruit. Got a couple golden fruit that I can bring over here, where I like to keep them tucked away. There we go. Couple more mangoes. I am just about out of elf stamina. Almost out of elf stamina. Alright, so with that cleared away, we can bring these stones over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 16. This is a 20 merge right here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 10 merge. Pull 2 of these over here to go with that. Grab that to go right there. Another thing that I do sometimes, so if I was actively working on my life flowers, these slimes would not be fencing in my fruit trees. because when they have space around them, the fruit trees make life flower sprouts and life flowers themselves. They get up to the level 3 with the really high level trees. But I'm not actively working on that, and having all of those sprouts all over the board makes it a little bit messy and gives me less space to work on whatever merge chain I'm focusing on. So I'm sort of purposely making this choice to block them in. That way I have room to work. Alright, and I'm just going to make sure all of my elves are completely tired out. And of course, this one's a higher level trophy, so it has more stamina. There we go. Alright, so I have all of this open space over here that I'm going to have to decide what to do. I might move my golden trees and golden fruit over to this side. We'll see what actually ends up happening. I'm not going to do all of the rearranging today. But what I was thinking was taking some of these overflow eggs and putting them, down along the front here. Free up some space on the other side. There we go. Start working these guys over here. Yeah, and that gives me more space for working on my stone and also storing these hills. I'm not actively working on the hills, but as I get them, I'm merging these hills up to the level 5, which is a 1x2 item, and then I'm just plopping them into bubbles. So right now I've got 3 of those 1x2. That way when I do start focusing on those hills, I have those resources saved up. And with it being more than one space big, it makes it that much easier to put into a bubble. I don't have to fill up the map, too much and dig out the golden fruit and all of that stuff in order to put it into a bubble. Alright, so go like that, drag these guys over here. Just so everything is in the same spot. Alright, and I did already have an elf wake up. Alright, let's get to those merges. Alright, so it looks like we've got an earth, a wind, and a wood merge. So let's go with this one first. 5 merge on the level 1 gives us 2 level 2, and since they're freshly merged, they have plenty of energy. And another elf woke up. So after I make that merge, this is where I'm going to give them little jobs to do until they've used up their extra stamina. And it looks like that's all they have, so now I can come back in here. There's no more merges with the stone, with the earth elves. Here are my wind elves. They are very close. I've got 2 level 8 so far. Let's see, I've got 4 level 4. I don't have any level 3, so I don't think I'm going to get to a tier 2 today. But I do have a merge of tier 1s. So we'll have them do a little bit of work for us. Alright, so that's all worn out. We have a tier 2 merge with those wind elves. So now they've got back a little bit of stamina. Oh, 3, nice. Usually you only get 1 or 2 new stamina after doing a merge like that. So the fact that they had 3 stamina, that's cool. And that's it for the wind elves. I have a wood elf merge. Very nice. These are a little slower. I get the feeling the wood elves are probably better at building. They're not amazing harvesters, but that's okay. Let's see, we've got a second one for the level 1s. So yeah, this is just one trick for maximizing your elf stamina, especially early game when you don't have as many elves or elves that are as powerful. I mean, this has already gotten me 2, 4, 6, 12, almost 30 extra moves compared to what I would have had if I didn't use this process. I think I'm going to keep this guy, Umberoth. Whichever one you click merge on, that name goes into the next merges. So now I have one of these two is a level 3 named Umberoth. That's kind of a cool one. And because they're level 3, they have more stamina. So this is 4 more moves. Do they have... Nope, that's all they've got. And that was my last merge. So they are going to... There you go, you can just set that down. They're going to head off to rest. And let's take a look over here. That got my dragon power up to 462, so I need 45 more dragon power. Elf power. Oh my goodness. I don't... Oops, slide you out of the way. I don't know that I think I'm going to get that much. Well, let's see. I've got 3 water elf eggs, and they aren't super expensive. Or 2 water elf eggs, sorry. Go ahead and put those together. Let them know I want them over here working on this stuff. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me this recording button keeps being in an inconvenient place. And a 5 merge right there. So now we can use up the stamina that these elves have, but that's still not enough for another merge. So yeah, I don't think I'm unlocking that other piece of land tonight, but that's fine. We have definitely gotten much further in the goal of building up stone. Let's see, that's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's going to be a 10 merge right there. 5 merge right there. We can bring these down here for a 5 merge there. Sell these wonderful dimensional jars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 merge. 5 merge. Yeah, that's one of the wonderful things about doing the higher level merges. You're more likely to get dimensional jars on higher level items. So once you start getting further along, oh, it looks like a mommy and her babies. Isn't that adorable? One of my high level water elves just woke up. These are definitely harvesters. They are doing a great job with this. But yeah, so once you get further along in a merge chain, you're going to